I'm Rico Hizon. Citing the recent African swine fever outbreak and supply problems for chicken feed, the president says importing meat is necessary to stabilize food supply. How are local producers responding to this call? Let's now have an exchange with United Broiler Raisers Association Chairman Gregorio San Diego and Philippine Association of Meat Processors Vice President Jerome Ong. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Jerome, let's start off with you. Do you agree with the president's statement that we should continue importing meat?
Yes, I fully agree with President Marcos' pronouncement to continue importation for now, because we believe that it is an ad hoc measure, a temporary measure meant to both ensure food sufficiency and control inflation, which last June skyrocketed to 6.1%. So we agree fully with the measure. We are fully in support of it. And we also understand that it is only a temporary measure until such time that the local sector is ready to supply.
When you say in such a time, short term, what is this period? For how long should the government be importing pork and meat?
Well, Rico, it's really hard to say, but as long as the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues, commodity prices throughout the world will be expensive, and for that reason alone, we need that support. We need the short-term or stopgap importation measures so that there will be food on the table for most Filipinos. So really hard to say. It will all depend on the war to a great extent, and on other external factors.
Georgie, let's cross over to you now. No, how about in chicken supply? Is the country facing a shortage?
In a way, we actually allow importation for the meantime because local production has retreated by so much volume because the past administration keeps on importing very large amount of chicken meat. And also, the hog sector also accepts the fact that there is short supply here in the Philippines. What we are asking for are reasonable volume of imports, not too much volume. And that is destroying the local production.
So when you say reasonable volume, what should that amount be compared to what is being imported right now by the government?
Actually, that is one of the problems in the industry. The DA has no data regarding the consumption, the production. So what we can say is that the importation should be proportionate to what is lacking in local production. But in terms of numbers, we cannot say numbers because DA, who is supposed to record all these numbers, have no record, have no data.
But of course, now the president is the agriculture secretary. Should he be coming up with this data? So there's a comparison on how much we need, especially for kababayans during these crucial times. And of course, not also hurt the local processors.
Yes, so that we will be properly guided. The industry should be properly guided to what number really will not hurt the local production, and in fact should incentivize local production.
So Jerome, is it also the same kind of problem with the meat processors? There is no data?
Well, I don't have exact data now. I think there's data available from the Bureau of Agricultural Statistics. As to its accuracy, I won't be in a position to assess how accurate it is. But per my recollection, for pork, we only import our importation for raw materials, by the way. We are not concerned, or we are not involved in importing pork for table consumption. We only import pork for our manufacturing requirements. I think the total pork imports is much lower, below 10% of local production.
But has
With
this,
the
Jerome, in
with
any
the
way?
chicken, it would be about 10% also.
But Jerome, has this impacted the local meat processors? Has it impacted your business?
Yes, very much. Right now, we are in short supply but that's another issue because of the non-science-based regulations of the Department of Agriculture in the past. They have this propensity to ban entire countries when there is a disease outbreak. When the guidance of the OIE or the World Animal Health Organization is to ban only areas or zones which have animal disease. But in our case, we are even more strict than we are even stricter than OIE guidelines. So that has caused a shortage in the raw materials available to us, leading to tripling of our particularly MDM or mechanically deboned chicken meat. And
So-
prices of that has skyrocketed, almost triple,
Correct.
leading to a massive inflationary effect on our products.
Absolutely. That's why we saw the main numbers continuing to rise in terms of consumer prices. Georgie, are you optimistic about the President's leadership of the Agriculture Department?
Yes, that I think that is needed because we need instant action, and it's only the president who can do that because the problem is really very deep. No, regarding the importation, all we have are numbers of the legal importation. As to the actual number and the source, we have no idea because there is a lot of meat that are being smuggled. So we don't know really the actual number. In fact, that is the one being blamed for the disease problem here for both chicken and hogs. Because we are not only importing meat, but we are also importing diseases. Because meat imports from countries banned by OIE, as what Jerome is saying, are coming into the country. In fact, China has long been banned to export any poultry products. Because there is the avian flu in China has not stopped. No, also for hogs, it should not be coming in. But in the news, you see that there are some apprehensions of meat coming from China.
So, Jerome, smuggling is a major issue as mentioned by Georgie. How should the President address this and address it now?
Yes, we are in the same boat. I fully agree with Mr. San Diego. We are also against smuggling. We are legitimate importers, and it is unfortunate that during the past administration, smuggling continued. It puts us in a bad light also, and it puts everyone at risk, especially the local livestock sector. So the President's decision to assume the role of DA Secretary means that he is serious in turning around the state of agriculture in our country. And we fully support that. And he will be in the best position, not just in terms of revising policy directions, but in terms of enforcement also. Because smuggling is a domain not just of the Department of Agriculture, but also of the Bureau of Customs. So yes, it must be stopped because not only does it rob the government of precious revenues, but it also puts the health of local livestock at risk. So we fully agree with Mr. San Diego on that. It must be stopped. Smuggling must be stopped.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for this food sufficiency exchange. United Broiler Raisers Association's Gregorio San Diego and Philippine Association of Meat Processors, Jerome Ong. And before we go, some welcome news for Filipino foodies. Bibingka was named the 13th best cake in the world. Based on food website Taste Atlas's audience ratings, the rice cake has a rating of 4.43 out of 5 and is the only Filipino dish on the list. A chocolate cake from Bulgaria called Torta Garage ranked the highest. Congratulations to our beloved Bibingka. And this is The Exchange. We make sense of the facts and the figures and the ups and downs of the business cycle, because your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Thanks for watching CN Philippines. News you can use. News you can trust.